right now. He's a newcomer, Republican side of the ballot. Don, I hope is it Edquilane?
Yes. Are you seeing? Are you hearing me?
Yes.
I'm hearing you. I'm also seeing you.
Can't see you.
You're not missing much.
You're not bad looking.
Oh, thanks. We're starting off with flattery. Okay. Don, I guess
all softballs.
Don, if you could just let's start. I don't know who you are. Don't get offended. I think a lot of people don't. So if you want to introduce yourself to the audience and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for senator.
Okay, so my name is Don Antonio Edquilane, and I've thought about running for senator for many, many years. I thought about how I could help our island, how I could be part of solutions to assist, whether it be the homeless, whether it be helping our elders, everything that matters to Guam, matters to our people, from our background, families, our everyday life. As we get older, we find that we're no longer the younger generation that's looking to our elders for direction and what we should do next. We start looking around and we find that we're middle-aged. It's our turn to participate in some form, to be an example, and to help our people and to help our families. So, is there any specific question that you want to ask me?
There's a bunch. I guess so. We have a lot of new people running for the legislature, and I think right off the bat, when we see somebody new, we don't know much about them. We wonder about the experience and the qualifications. Just so I guess to that, Mr. Edquilane, could you just speak to your experience and qualifications for the office of senator?
I'm an average guy. I've had all sorts of jobs: food service, retail, cashiering. I've worked with family businesses. I was, assisting with odd jobs. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I've lived stateside early in my life. Returned when I became a teenager. So I have some diverse experience with different all sorts of people with different backgrounds. Personally, I've seen some of the failures or shortcomings of things that need to be addressed on our island. More recently, with this pandemic, the homeless situation. That's even before the pandemic. Then, things that we come across, through the years. I mean, the rhino beetle, all these invasive species, these giant hornet, balancing the budget. Why we have so much debt when we have we had a pretty good tourist economy, and we were supposed to have a military buildup, which was supposed to stimulate the economy. So there's a lot of things that I just, you have to scratch your head and think, what's going on? We were supposed to be set right now. We should have had a pretty, if not booming, a pretty stimulated economy. And a lot of these unanswered or unsolved problems, they're not getting solved. And people need to reach out to their elected leaders, the politicians, and feel that there's a dialogue and there's communication lines that their leaders are hearing them. They have a voice. And I don't know if it's because of this pandemic or if it's the leadership itself, but you get a sense that there's not enough interaction between the leaders and the elected leaders. I don't want to point any fingers, but it just feels that there needs to be more of a a connection.
Why don't
And
you point
so,
fingers, Don? Just put it all out there, man. Who call them out?
No, I'll tell you, I'll point a finger at me. Let me be the next guy to be of assistance and communicate with people, find a way to reach out and address issues that people are really concerned about. Both whether it be traditionally Republican issues or Democrat issues. I find myself interested in environmental stuff. You can call me one of those environmental crazy people, but I want to live in a safe and healthy environment. I want clean drinking water. I don't want to consume anything that is going to make me sick or my family or our neighbors, our island. I don't want our people. We don't want to have to worry about consuming stuff that's in our environment that's going to make us sick. That's why they have these super fun projects in the past. And I think there needs to be a continuation of reasonable regulation, but at the same time we need to have a pretty diverse, stimulated economy. So there has to be a compromise somewhere. It can't be you can't have this or that. Now I think that the latest one is paper bags. They're regulating paper bags. I'm not sure I understand that. Maybe they can find a way to reduce. I don't know whatever happened to reduce, reuse, and recycle. I'm not hearing a lot of that lately. So I think the generations that are in their 40s now, they're becoming middle-aged. They need to find a way to participate in our island for the sake of themselves, their families, and of our fellow Guam residents, fellow Americans. We need to all try to find a way to participate as much as possible, whether it be voting or helping the candidate you like to campaign. It's important to participate. It's your government. All the people for the people.
Yeah, Don,
Yeah.
you're kind of all over the place.
Don,
let's just start with the environment. What do you plan on doing to address the illegal dumping problem on our island, and what is not being done to address the problem?
I like some of the things that Sabina Perez has brought up. I met her before she was a senator. I like that she's been an active and interested in that. I've heard others criticize her and compromise as far as environmental issues. I've heard issues brought up like fuel-wise. I think it's already been implemented, or maybe through the just the private sector, or sorry, through the free market. Maybe we're using fuel that's lower in sulfur. If it's part of the free market, fine. But to go and if it's like the only source of fuel that we can use, that we can afford, then what else do we have? But at the same time, I'm new to all this. So
right.
So I think that I'd have to look at all the data and find a compromise.
All right.
Don, you said something back that you're not an environmental crazy person. What do you think an environmental? Is that exactly what you said?
Actually, the funny part is I can't keep quiet because I find myself becoming more and more, And I'm
So what is an environmental crazy person?
Well, I wouldn't call myself a tree hugger, but I'd say we need to protect our coconut trees from the rhino beetles.
Right.
It's free food. I think that's pretty logical to me. I don't know why we're not, investing more in that, and maybe find ways to employ people to protect them, replant them. That's just one idea.
Right. Don't ever hug the lemon tree, Don. That's some free advice.
What about
I'm sorry.
any ideas you have for diversifying the island's economy?
Oh man, that's something that I would keep like asking people, our leaders, can we have town halls? Can we have public forums to find ways to create stimulus? Because I was really frustrated when we had that cap because Trump, our President Trump, he didn't allow for the visa waivers for the construction projects, and I was just bewildered by that. Because after, I mean, if it becomes obvious we're not going to have local residents fill those jobs, why wouldn't they allow us to have these visa workers coming from Asia, the Philippines, wherever, Taiwan, and look what happened because of that. We didn't have that stage of economic stimulus. So I felt, man, we had to find ways to keep adding diverse new sources of revenue to our economy, to stimulate our economy. I go along with, I think Senator Moynihan has been saying this. Some of the other candidates have been saying it. Town halls, definitely town halls, roundtables, input from the Chamber of Commerce, all the different chambers of commerce. Gita, what are these guys getting paid for? Aren't they supposed to look into diversifying our economy?
Nice.
GVB. So, roundtables include everyone, inclusive.
Right. Hey, that sounds great. We need more roundtables, more public hearings, right? So, Don, it kind of sounds like you had a Eureka moment where you decided, man, I got so many great ideas to offer the people of Guam. I'm going to go run for senator. Was there anything in looking at this legislature that we have now that really just made you say, yeah, you know what, enough. I'm going to go put my hat out there. I don't care if no one's ever heard of me. What was that moment?
I'm sorry, I apologize. There are so many good leaders in past legislatures, and I would ask them questions, bring up ideas, thoughts, and I try to participate to that extent. And then, some of our good leaders like BJ Cruz, he left the legislature, right? And he went to, I guess, he's still a public servant and public auditor. But, he was really, you could tell that he was a very strong influence in the legislature. And a bunch of other senators, Rodriguez, he was a good guy. Some of the guys were criticized a little bit, but I still thought they're helpful to our island. Spadon, of course, the Casper Bowers, they're kind of getting up there in age, but they still participate.
Are you talking about this legislature? Or?
No, I'm talking about the past legislatures.
Okay, I got you. So these are just like the leaders you kind of like look up to or whatever? Yeah,
I interact with them. Really nice people.
Nice.
And they're not in the legislature, so I figure someone needs to step up. Someone needs to.
So you're saying that your political leanings are towards the Espaldon, the Casper Bowers, and you looked at this legislature and you said, hey, there's no Espaldoni, Casper Bowery type of senators. Let me go run. That's basically what you're saying. So you want a return to that old school style of Republican senatorial ship.
I'm not sure if it's because of the pandemic, but we're not hearing. I think we're not hearing enough of the things that resonate with the people, the things that people want to hear about, their issues. A lot of it right now, of course, is creation of jobs, stimulating of our economy through new jobs, or letting people continue their small businesses. SBA. I don't know why I haven't heard enough people say, hey, let's have hear more from SBA about keeping our small businesses alive. So many small businesses have closed down. I'm not sure that any of them, some of them are going to return. Some of them have multiple locations, like Shirley's, I think, but like they closed down some of their locations. It's really sad because they're like landmarks. People are used to going to these places, and they provide good service to the local economy and to the residents. We need to get these people, encourage the people who are still willing to get out there and live the American dream. Start a small business. Carmen's right? I don't know if they're ever going to be back. Um, so I don't know how many of the shops closed down at the
How
micro
about
mall.
Shakey's?
I'm sorry.
Shakey's.
Yeah, Shakey's. I'm not sure how long it's been since Shakey's has been open, but the Gang Shopping Center, all these businesses that are closing down in the shopping centers, it's just, we need to find ways to help each other.
Right on. Don, we got a minute. I know you got a strong close in there, so let's go ahead and close it out for the voters who are listening. Why should these people vote for Don Edquilane, Republican candidate for senator?
Okay, so first of all, Alfred, my name is Don Antonio Edquilane, number 11 on the Republican ballot. I'm campaigning to be your senator in the 36th Guam legislature. I'm committed to being your senator, and I humbly ask for your vote. I intend to reach out and communicate with our people and find new ways, effective ways to address all these issues that I brought up, and find a way to have these voices heard. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
What number are you on the ballot?
Number 11 on the Republican side of the ballot.
Okay, Don. Good luck.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you very much.
All right. Wash
Chris
your hands and your
Good luck.
thumbs. Okay. See you. Anyway, what were you saying it was a little while ago about the quality of candidates on the ballot this election? Anyway,
Rewind. Go back and watch that.
But